Hello. So we are working on the questions for passage 3, which is a humanities passage, on page 37 of the 2020-2021 Preparing for the ACT Test booklet. So in a separate video, I read the passage, which was called The Quiet Sideman by Colin Fleming. And now we are doing the questions. And we want to do them in the order of our reading strategy. So lined questions come first. And so we're going to start with number 26, then go to 27, then 30. So we are on page 38. As it is used in line 35, the word court most nearly means to F, seek to attract, G, romantically pursue, H, dangerously provoke, J, pass judgment upon. And this one is a most nearly means. Let's see. Skill 19, facetious most nearly means. So mantra 19, facetious most nearly means. So it's a vocab question. So let's go to line 35. Right here. Oddly enough, Barry's geniality, which means kindness, might help explain his failure to court history's favor. To court history's favor. So go back to 26. Seek to attract history's favor, romantically pursue history's favor, dangerously provoke history's favor, pass judgment upon history's favor. So it's not H or J, it's not something bad. And we can't pursue the favor of history romantically, so it is going to be F, seek to attract. Our next one is number 27. In the 7th paragraph, lines 57 through 75, the author compares the sideman to a traveling salesman in order to do what? And so this one is mantra 21. What are you trying to suggest? And suggest questions are like inference questions. You're trying to infer what they're saying. So you have to analyze a little bit. So number 27, in the 7th paragraph, lines 57 through 75, the author compares the assignment to a traveling salesman in order to A, make clear how often musicians had to travel, B, indicate that musicians often had side jobs, C, illustrate sideman's supportive role in a band, D, show how hard sidemen worked to get hired. So let's go to lines 57 through 75. And that's right here in this paragraph. After making his way to New York, Barry immediately became a presence and soon was in demand. The great jazz orchestras of the swing era were confronted by musical directors and arrangers. Duke Ellington was preeminent, who drew the acclaim. The sidemen, here we go, the sidemen were musical traveling salesmen who sold someone else's wares, that's like someone else's products, at the best style they could imagine. It was with Fletcher Henderson that Barry began to ditch some of the sidemen's subservient trappings. So when you're subservient, it's anything with the prefix sub means under. So it means like that they weren't as important. And he's trying to get rid of that or ditch that idea. For starters, Henderson wrote in keys that were rare for the jazz orchestras of the day, and his somber, indigo-inflected voicings were ideal for a player of Barry's introspective approach to his instrument. Barry sounds as if he's being swallowed by his sax. Blues in C sharp minor, for instance, is odd, haunting, and ultimately relaxing. A Barry solo in it is slightly off mic, making the listener feel as though he's been playing for some time before we finally hear him. The effect is unnerving, as if we weren't paying close attention. So let's go back to 27. The answer here would be C. Illustrate a sideman's supportive role in the band. The last lined question is 30. And that one says the author uses the phrase a cathedral of a solo in line 85. And that most likely is to create a sense that Barry's solo was what? Was F, an intricate, awe inspiring masterpiece. G, a somber, mournful hymn. H, a crumbling remnant of Barry's once great skill. J, a testament to Calloway's band leadership. So this is in line 85, right at the end here. Barry's one and only instance of indulgence on a record, a cathedral of a solo in its flourishes, angles, ornamentation, reflexivity. If sunlight could pass through music, a ghost of a chance would funnel it out in the broadest spectrum of colors. So this is skill 19, facetious most nearly means. So they're trying to figure out what that means, and it is F, an intricate, awe-inspiring masterpiece. Okay, none of the next ones are hunting questions, so they're all inferential. So let's look at number 21. Based on the passage, how did Barry's personality affect his career? And that's on page 37. And number 21 can be found by line 34. So right here. I don't know why sometimes it wants to. Okay, well, right here. Oddly enough, Barry's geniality, which means like kindness, gentleness, geniality might help explain his failure to court history's favor. It wasn't in his nature to call attention to himself or his playing. So he was just kind of humble. And so the answer here is C. His modest and easygoing personality kept him out of the spotlight, and consequently, he received less attention as a performer. Number 22 on page 38. We need to turn the page. And number 22 is mantra 21. What are you trying to suggest? So this is one we have to infer. And we're going to find it in paragraph 1, line 5. The author mentioned Barry's solo in Oh Lady Be Good, primarily in order to do what? So let's go up to line 5. And standing in for one of the Basie's band's two tenor giants, Barry took a lead solo on Oh Lady Be Good in the 1924 Gershwin song that Basie had played for years. In the 28 seconds that the solo lasted on February 4th, 1939, we are treated to no less than the musical personification of mind and body working together in divine tandem. When you hear the recording for the first time, you are likely to wonder why you've never heard of Chu Berry before. Okay, so we're on number 22. And it says the author mentions Barry's solo in Oh Lady Be Good primarily to do what? And the answer here is G. Provide an example of Barry's musical excellence. And then number 23, mantra 21, what are you trying to suggest? We can find that in paragraph 2. The author points out that many serious jazz enthusiasts know little about Barry, primarily in order to do what? So this is an inference. What are you trying to suggest in paragraph 2? Why you've never heard of him is pretty simple. A lot of hardcore jazz buffs don't know much about him. Barry was a solid session player who tunes up his recordings with Bessie Smith, Fletcher Henderson, and Billie Holiday. But he didn't cut many sessions himself as a leader. And when he soloed, he worked with the recording constraints of the era and the swing genre. Fast moving 78s with solo often lasting for a mere 32 beats. So if we go back to number 23, our answer is going to be D. It explains why it's likely that readers would be unfamiliar with Barry. Number 24. This is a direct information mantra 20 question. So we're going to find this answer in our reading. And so if we go back, it says, according to the authors, Barry's solo as a recording session musician were often very short because we just read this one. So we're going to go back up. And so in my reading, what I do is I put the number of the question here. So it's by line 20. And let's see if it'll let me highlight right there. This is a direct information question. He worked within the recording constraints of the era. So that was line 19. And so the answer for 24 is H. Number 25, we're going to find this answer in line 34. It's a direct information question from mantra 20. The author indicates that during Barry's time as a musician, swing music was primarily regarded as, and I put a 25 in the reading on mine, which is the way to do it because then you can easily find the answer. So, direct information says, in this case, swing fodder was fodder for dance parties and not music worthy of study. Sorry for my cough. So the answer for 25 is D, and that was found in line 34. We've already done number 26. We've already done number 27, so we're on 28. The author describes Henderson's blues in C sharp minor as what? This is direct information, which is mantra 20. So let's go up to, I'm going to go and find where I put my 28. And I have it highlighted. It's line 70. It's odd, haunting, and ultimately relaxing. So direct information for 28 is J. $29 is also direct information. This is found in lines 77 and 78. According to the author, what is unique about the June 1940 rendition of the song A Ghost of a Chance? So I looked for that title in my reading to find this answer. I just used my index finger, and I scanned for it. And I found it in lines 77 and 78. So that's right here at the beginning of the last paragraph. According to the author, what is unique about the June 1940 rendition of A Ghost of a Chance? In June 1940, Cab Calloway granted Barrie a showcase piece, A Ghost of a Chance, the sole recording in Barrie's career to feature him from start to finish. So the answer to 29 is A. We've already done 30, so that's it for our questions. You go ahead and answer these in Echo and then take a picture of your notes and put that into bonus. Thanks so much.